Hi, if we have not met, my name is Dr. Ruth Odoy. I'm a board certified internal medicine physician. I am the owner for Oasis Women's Functional Medicine, where we focus on the root cause of disease, and disease prevention is my passion. This video goes through the 5-step process that I think you should walk through when you are about to purchase any supplement. Now, the supplement market is not regulated, so that's one thing you should know. And so there are supplements that different forms of supplements, that nutrient-based supplements where you are supplementing vitamins and trace elements and that sort of and those things. And then there is the nutraceutical um, market where you are looking at different herbs. And so this video is really a focus on supplementing vitamins and elements and trace elements and nutrients. So first thing, a few myths or things that I want to cover before we go into this video is that more is not always better. I had this patient in my clinic the other time, and she was on, I'm not kidding, 15 different supplements, different bottles of pills that she was taking every day. And so just because it is natural does not mean it is safe. You have to be very attentive of the things that you put in your body. Um, and so don't rely on marketing gimmicks, that this does this for you and that this for you. And so you could end up with a bucket of bottles that you are just taking with no direction. And I think that, we should be very cautious about those things. And lastly, supplements cannot replace a good nutrition or a good diet. So on the basis of all of this is a good diet. So 5 steps, get a pen and paper. It's going to get very technical. I don't know if you know, but I I was a biochemistry major, and so I look at these things at that level. And so please take notes. So the first thing that you look for when you want to buy any supplement is that has it been third party tested? So these are the companies who have allowed a third party company to come into their doors and come into the labs and look at what they are making to make sure that it is, the contaminants are looked at, and also to make sure they are not putting in a lot of fillers, because these companies that are making supplements can make, add a little bit of the actual thing and add in a whole bunch of fillers and sell it, because they know people will buy it. So be very careful. Make sure it is third party tested. And the three people or the three companies that I know of are NSF, USP, and Consumer Labs. So you want to make sure that the supplements that you are about to take have these labels on it. Okay. 2, does the supplement use the bioavailable form of the particular vitamin or nutrient that you want to take? For example, if you are looking at trace elements like a magnesium supplement, you want one, that is bound to a glycinate. You want the magnesium to be bound to an amino acid. And amino acids are the simplest unit of a protein, and they tend to be easier on the body and more bioavailable. So you want the magnesium to be bound to an amino acid. An amino acid examples are glycinate. You want it to be bound to a malate or a threonate. These are the main amino acids that you want your magnesium to be bound to. The other thing is I've seen some supplements that state folic acid. Well, folic acid does not occur in nature. Like when you look at the molecular level, you want a folate, not folic, folate. And so you will see that listed as an 5-MTO HF. So you want that to be, it's a very long biochemistry enzyme, and you want it to be a folate, not folic. The other thing is, when you look at a vitamin E, the most natural form of vitamin E is a tocopherol, and you want the supplement to be a mixed tocopherol. Why? Because there are different forms of tocopherols that occur in nature. So you have the alpha tocopherol, beta, delta, gamma, tocopherols, but you want a vitamin that is mixed all these tocopherols. You don't want one that is just alpha tocopherol. And then when you take a vitamin D supplement, you want the most bioavailable form of vitamin D is the D3, and you want it to be combined with a K2. And I did a whole YouTube video on vitamin D, and I'm an advocate for vitamin D. If you are not sure of taking any supplements and you live on the Northeast, my advice is simple: take a vitamin D supplement. D3, vitamin D combined with a K2 if you just want to make your life very simple. Um, the third thing you want to look for when you are standing in Costco or CVS or Walmart or wherever you buy your supplements is you want to make sure that the label is very clear and the ingredients are listed and the dosages are listed with the ingredients. Very simple. List of ingredients and dosages. And the dosages are important because, for instance, there are people who say, well, I already take a multivitamin. I think I have everything I need. Yes, and no. For instance, if you look at the multivitamins, you can read that you are getting only 20% of your daily requirement of a vitamin D, and you need 100%, right? So y- you have to read the labels and know the dosages so that you know that, okay, I'm getting adequate amount of these main vitamins that I need. Fourth thing is it designed for my specific need? For instance, if you are vegan, are these capsules vegan capsules or not, right? You want to make sure. The other thing is if you observe a dairy-free diet or you observe a gluten-free diet, or if you have celiac, especially with the gluten, if you take these supplements on a daily basis and they have gluten in it, and you have celiac and you are not supposed to have gluten, that could cause problems. That could give you a celiac flare. You could get diarrhea and you could feel like, oh, what happened? I have not eaten any food with gluten in it, but the supplements that you took have gluten in it. So you have to be reading this to make sure this meets my specific need. And then in terms of specific need, if you are pregnant or you want to get pregnant, you should be taking something with high levels of folate in it, because folate is needed for the development of the baby. And so, just make sure that it is meeting your specific need. The fifth thing is the company brand reputable and transparent. You can, thank God for the technology age. You can go and Google the company, you can read about them, make sure that they are a reputable brand and they are transparent. For instance, you don't want a company that makes shoes to be making your vitamin. You want a company that only makes vitamins to make the vitamin or the supplements that you take. So just be careful. And then, nowadays I see a lot of influencers, you know, endorsing a particular brand and endorsing a particular vitamin. Be careful. Just make sure you've done your research, that it is reputable and it is transparent. So those are the five things. Third party tested, make sure it's bioavailable, make sure the ingredients are clear and clearly listed on the bottle. along with the dosages. And make sure that it is meeting your specific need and it does not contain allergens. Like if you are allergic to nuts, make sure that it is not containing nuts, and some simple things that sometimes people miss because they are just focused on, I need a supplement, I found one, end of story, because you may not see the effect of it right away, but over time it may begin to affect you. So back to my patient that came in who was on 15 different supplements. She was experiencing a lot of headaches. She was fatigued, and her normal conventional blood work, most of it was normal. But what I had to do was tell her to stop taking all these things and put her on a different path. And she's doing much better. So supplements, natural does not always mean safe. Work with a professional. Make sure that you are doing your research before you take the supplements. And if all fails, or if you don't get anything out of all these videos, what I want you to take from it is that, you know, at least take a multivitamin. Do the research based on what I have shared. Make sure you are taking a probiotic. I can come back and do a video on why probiotics are important, what they are, and we can also talk about prebiotics because it can get confusing. The other thing that you should take every day is a vitamin D. And lastly, a form of magnesium. I have gone out of my way to curate a list of these vitamins on a marketplace, a vitamin marketplace that I use for my patients that have gone through all this rigor to make sure that the products are clean and not contaminated. And I'm going to share that link if you are interested. I think that's a great place to start. And if you are also wondering about your nutrient level, I do nutrient testing within my practice here at Oasis Women's Functional Medicine because I believe in numbers. I believe, show me the numbers. What am I deficient in before I take something that I don't necessarily need? So if this is you, visit us on our website to learn more about my practice. And let me know if you have any questions and any topics that you are interested in to hear more about. Let me know, and I'm happy to come and educate. A doctor is really a teacher. That is our primary goal: is to teach, is to empower, is to educate. So thank you for your time.